The scene at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, Alaska, on March 7, 2024, was one of palpable anticipation and historic significance. Against the backdrop of snow-capped mountains, a group of U.S. Army paratroopers, members of the 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Airborne, 11th Airborne Division, stood at attention near the imposing silhouette of a C-17 Globemaster III aircraft. Each soldier exuded a mix of determination and excitement, their uniforms crisp and their gear meticulously adjusted. But what set this scene apart was not just the preparation for a routine jump, it was the groundbreaking nature of the mission. For the first time in division history, every member of this operation, from the jumpers to the jumpmasters and the aircrew, was a woman. The significance of this moment was not lost on anyone present. It was a testament to the progress and inclusivity of the U.S. Army, a demonstration that gender was no barrier to excellence in service. As the paratroopers awaited takeoff, there was a sense of camaraderie and unity among them, a shared determination to prove their capabilities and pave the way for future generations of female soldiers. With each passing moment, the excitement in the air grew, fueled by the knowledge that they were about to make history. As the engines of the C-17 roared to life and the aircraft began to taxi down the runway, the anticipation reached its peak. Soon, these women would take to the skies, not just as soldiers, but as trailblazers, breaking barriers and shattering stereotypes with every jump. Inside the aircraft, the atmosphere was electric. The rhythmic hum of the engines mingled with the nervous energy of the paratroopers as they performed final gear checks and exchanged encouraging nods. Among them were seasoned veterans and eager newcomers, united by their shared passion for serving their country and making a statement that transcended gender. Lieutenant Colonel Maria Rodriguez, the commanding officer of the 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, moved through the cabin, offering words of encouragement and reassurance to her team. As a leader, she understood the significance of this moment and the weight of responsibility that rested on their shoulders. Her words resonated with the paratroopers, instilling them with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. As the aircraft ascended into the sky, leaving behind the familiar terrain of Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, a sense of anticipation filled the cabin. Below them, the Alaskan landscape stretched out in all its rugged beauty, a fitting backdrop for their historic endeavor. With the jump signal given, the paratroopers leaped from the aircraft one by one, their parachutes unfurling against the vast expanse of sky. For a brief moment, they were suspended in mid-air, defying gravity and all the limitations that society had placed upon them. In that moment, they were not just soldiers, they were pioneers, blazing a trail for future generations to follow. As they touched down on the ground below, the sense of accomplishment was palpable. Cheers erupted among the paratroopers, their faces flushed with adrenaline and pride. They had done it, they had made history. But their journey was far from over. As they gathered their gear and prepared to return to base, there was a sense of determination in their eyes. This was just the beginning, a small step on the path to a more inclusive and equitable future in the U.S. Army. And as they looked towards the horizon, they knew that the sky was no longer the limit.